Hey folks, how's everybody doing out there? Hope y'all doing well. Wherever you're at on this beautiful planet that we call the Earth, I want to welcome you to this little video, just a little informal talk. I know a lot of y'all have been asking this question, am I the father of Janice's baby? And that's what I'm going to talk about during this video. But first of all, I'd like to congratulate Janice on giving birth to a beautiful, beautiful little baby girl. She's so sweet, folks. I'll put some pictures on the screen there. But mother and baby are doing well. They're actually getting ready to go home from the hospital today. And her auntie, her tita's there helping her. So everything is good. Everything is good. The little baby girl is just so sweet. I think she looks just like Janice. But anyhow, you get a lot of questions in this game. This is the entertainment game, right? The entertainment business. And naturally, people are curious about what goes on, and people have suspicions and theories, and there are those out there who know everything. You can't convince them otherwise. Anyhow, so what I'm going to talk about is, am I the father of Janice's baby? But let's go back. Man, there's somebody knocking on the door. Let's go back and just talk about, how did I meet Janice in the first place? Well, we moved into the penthouse suite. This was just a month or two. I mean, it was quick before the damn lockdown hit. So we moved into the penthouse suite, and Janice was working at the Sorry store, down on the bottom floor. And so we moved in upstairs. That's how I met Janice. And so we saw her every day for a year. She stayed with Fatima when I was gone to America for that little short trip. And so they hit it off. They were like BFFs for a while. We're just all sitting there trying to survive that just fucking brutal lockdown in the Philippines. Basically like being in prison. And so, I think we all sort of got bonded together during those times. Everybody, myself, you, the viewer, everybody was going out of their fucking minds, right, during that time. And so we all, I think, we have that bond, and Janice is part of that bond because she was there during those rough times and helped Fatima with Force G, and just sort of became a member of the team, but not really officially until we all left the penthouse suite. We left, and then shortly thereafter, she parted ways, and I said, "Well, all right, you're out of there. Now you're in my kingdom. Come on." And that's how things got started. So when Janice moved in with us and became wife number 2 at the time Fatima was wife number 1, she was wife number 2. We'd already known her for a year. I guess a year or more. No, it was more than a year. We'd already seen her every day. She was a good close friend of ours for a year before she came over and became a member of my kingdom. And then, you guys have seen the videos, and we had so many good times together. We really did. I mean, every day was just nothing but laughing, cutting up, carrying on. I mean, she's a funny person. Fatima, when she gets around another Filipina, she's pretty funny herself. And so, just from trying to survive an archaic lockdown to a I don't want to say less than archaic, but a little bit more freedom of a lockdown. I mean, folks, we endured this shit for 3 fucking years. I know a lot of y'all, what's the matter? You couldn't go to Walmart for 2 weeks. in the Philippines, that lockdown was like being in prison. I mean, hell, it's just, what, a couple months ago, they finally pulled the regulation that you had to wear a fucking mask on a Philippine flight. Either to, from the Philippines, Philippine flagged air carrier. You were still being forced to wear that Fauci shit on your face up until months ago. Anyhow, so you guys were with us through all those good times, going camping with Eric and Mercy, and me and Janice would do a lot of walks through Barrio Barreto, because Fatima don't like to walk. Fatima grew up walking from the village to school, like 5 clicks a day, 5 clicks back. She's not big into walking long distances, but Janice was. So we used to go on walking tours, and a lot of y'all watched those videos because you couldn't come to the Philippines, and just reminded you of home, reminded you of your girlfriend being there, your wife, what have you. So there's a lot of history with Janice. I mean, we've known her since sometime around 2019. And then at some point, things change. That's the only thing certain in life is change. And the mystery is why I haven't been drinking this beer. Hold on a second. Oh, yeah. So, at some point, we parted ways, but we parted ways as friends. And, of course, even when we parted ways, we still love the girl. Always be a place in my heart for her. I'll always care about her. And anyhow, so she went her own way. But we've always kept in touch. And, she was back for a couple months. Last Christmas? Yeah, last Christmas. She was back for a couple months. Then she left, or right before Christmas. Then she left Christmas, went back out into the wild. And at some point, a few months later, it was revealed to me, Marcos, I'm pregnant. I was like, okay. Congratulations. Congratulations. Folks, it's just a strange dynamic that in America, like, it's so detrimental when a girl finds out she's pregnant. People are like, oh my God, what are you going to do? Oh my God, your life is over. What are you going to do? And then so, like, there's all this negativity. When I had my first child, like, oh my gosh, what are they going to do? What are you going to do? Right up until the child is born. And then how can you be angry at a child? Everybody loves the baby. But the previous 9 months, you get put through hell in America if you're not married with insurance and, got 50 grand in the bank. And other places in the world, when somebody finds out they're pregnant, it's a joy. It's not like, hey, what are you going to do? There's not the same negativity involved. The same doom and gloom. Oh my gosh, she's pregnant. What's she going to do? The fuck you mean? What are you going to do? I mean, when you're born, that's what your body is designed to do, is to reproduce and perpetuate the species. The human species. And when you stop doing so, that's when your body starts to shut down and say it's okay to die. It's nature. Anyhow, so I was like, well, congratulations, girl. It's wonderful news. The circumstances, the current life situation, yeah, it's relevant, and yeah, it's a factor of how the child is going to be raised, but it doesn't matter. There's a child on the way, and it's not that child's fault. That child didn't ask to be born. Had nothing to do with the decision, right? So anyhow, it was a joyous announcement. Marcos, I'm pregnant. Okay, so here we go. So fast forward until before I went to the States, I had that apartment, that combat outpost in Angeles City. It was just sitting there, and I said, "Hey, Janice, if you want to come, stay in the combat outpost here, the rent's paid, it's internet, bunch of food here. Fatima, the babies have already, we got them relocated down to the village. The apartment's just sitting here." She didn't take me up on the offer quick enough. I rolled out. Then she decided to come there, so I had to pay the landlord to cut the lock and change the door lock. No big deal. And so that's why when she moved in over there, when I was in the States, and was just hanging out there till I got back. Got back and got her relocated back over near Subic, where she's from, into a little apartment over there, waiting for the baby to be born. That way she could be around, her people, her auntie, her female family members who can be there, when it's time to give birth. And so now she's a mother, and she's got a beautiful baby girl that she's about to take home from the hospital. So am I beating around the bush about whether or not I'm the father of the child? What does it matter? First of all, let's talk about what does it matter? Other than the curiosity of it, right? What if I am? Let's say I'm the father of this child. Where's the issue in that? What's the problem with that? Who has a problem with that? Why should you have a problem with that? And, to me, it's like, it's my life, it's my business. But when you go out into the public realm, your job is to be the man in the arena. Everybody else is a critic, spectator. You got a lot of spectators out there that get angry about how other people live their life, whether celebrities or neighbors or what have you. People who are just angry at their own life. And they lash out at people who are in the public realm like myself. So let's say it is my child. Who's angry at that? If you look at the last Handsome Donkey Awards, there were several comments. You should be neutered. You should be put in jail. Why? Because I have children? It's just perplexing that people can say that about me. They think that it's okay to say that. Why? Because I'm not living in the continental United States? What if you said that to your neighbor who has 4 kids? You shouldn't be allowed to breed. You should be neutered. You got too many kids. Would you say that to your neighbor? No, but people on the internet will say that to me, especially because I'm not living in the USA. Upcoming Handsome Donkey Awards. At least one of y'all explain why you're so frustrated. Has to do with money. You'll just have to watch the upcoming Handsome Donkey Awards. I'm going to psychoanalyze one of the... I don't want to call her a handsome donkey. I'll just say one of the viewers. One of the viewers sort of explain why people get so angry about me having children. Moving right along. What does it mean? What does it mean to be a father? What does that mean? You sort of go back to that Yellowstone episode where John Dutton's explaining... Who's he explaining it to? Jimmy or... No, explaining it to his adopted son. What's his name? Jamie. I think that's who it was. He says, we call the cows mamas. And the father, the bull, he's just called the bull. And I sort of found that disrespectful, right? But in the cattle business, the cows, the mamas, yeah, they take care of the babies and do all the work. The bull, what's he do? He just impregnates them and goes to the next one, right? He ain't much into child rearing or changing diapers. The bull's just all about knocking that shit out and and going on down the road, right? So what does it mean to be a father? Do you have to be the sperm donor to be called a father? I don't think so. There's a lot of men out there who have taken on the responsibility of being a child's father, and they were not the sperm donor. They're not the biological father. The kid still calls them father. It's the only father they know. That's the father. So what's is it that important to find out, am I the biological father? I don't think so. So I was just kind of thinking about that. What does it mean to be a father? Sometimes dudes, we men, sometimes people don't have that instant paternal instinct to act like a father. Some dudes, it takes them a while, takes them years for that instinct to kick in. Some dudes, it never does. They're just a fucking bull. They don't care. They don't care about providing financial support or being there for the child or wanting to see the child. They don't care. They're just a fucking bull. What's the bull? That's the sperm donor. The biological father. So I could draw this video out for like 2 hours. I really could. I could sit here and talk about this subject. I've talked about it on Father's Day. Why is Father's Day not as important as Mother's Day? People spend so much money on Mother's Day. It's such an important day. And then Father's Day, you get a shitty tie from Walmart, and maybe they leave you alone so you can watch the game or some shit, right? I always say fathers are more important than mothers because, yeah, it's 50-50. Takes two to tango. But most of the time, at least traditionally, your father, the reason you're on this earth is because of your father, not your mother. Because your father had to get up enough courage once he saw your mother walk by. God damn, she's got a nice ass or big titties, whatever attracted him to your mother. Now the dude's got to get up the courage to go talk to her, woo her, romance her, get her into bed, marry her, whatever he's going to do before you're conceived. So I think it's about 75%. The reason that you are here listening to my voice is due to your father's actions, not your mother's actions. Her responsibility was like 25% of it, I think, maybe 20%, in initiating and bringing to fruition a pregnancy. Does that make sense? Now, obviously, she carried your mother carried your ass for 9 months, went through a lot of pain, got it. But she didn't get to that point by 75% of her effort. It came from your father. That's why you're here. Now, there's cases where your mother chased down your father and did all the work. I get it. But just bringing up food for thought. So you want to know, is this little girl my child? I cannot tell a lie. I'm going to be honest with y'all. As soon as I drink the rest of this beer, let me get me up some liquid courage. Because a lot of y'all are here on this earth because your father downed a couple Jack and Cokes or hit a couple beers and then got the balls to go across the room and talk to your mother, and that's how it started, right? I tell you, importance of fathers, 75%. But they only get about 25% of what's spent on Mother's Day. Go figure. So, I have to tell you the truth. I am the godfather of this child. No, I am not the biological father of Janice's baby. There you go. There you go. So, hope that clears things up. It's a big, long talk for me to basically say it's irrelevant. Are you the biological father? The father's who's going to be in that child's life and be there. So, anyhow, maybe that was anticlimactic, if I said that word right. But no, I'm not the biological father. It's somebody else. If she wants to disclose that or talk about that at a later date, that's up to her. I'm not the biological father, but I am the motherfucking godfather. And I'll be around. Will I be there every day? Probably not. But I'll be around. I'll be in the background and do what I can do. So there you go. For everybody who was harshing on me, you should be neutered. Folks, you ain't got to be the biological father to help somebody out. Help out a child. Help out an ex-girlfriend. Help out a friend. You don't have to have that bond to love and care about somebody. Okay? My ex-girlfriend, somebody I care dearly about, got pregnant. Not by me. Does that mean I should run away? No. I don't operate like that. So that's going to be the end of this video. I want to thank y'all for listening. Thank everybody's comments. And make sure you check out the upcoming episode of the Handsome Donkey Awards. More like a roast. I'm going to roast some donkeys. But there's actually some comments in there. There's always learning points and interesting comments. People have the wrong perception. Never complain, never explain. In the words of Johnny Depp in the entertainment business, unless it serves an entertainment purpose. And so I'm going to take on a couple of comments in the upcoming Handsome Donkey Roast. We'll take a deep dive. Because every now and then the curiosity of what people say causes me to right click, open a new tab, their profile, and say, is this an anonymous troll who started his account yesterday, who I've banned 18 times? Or is this a real person who's throwing down those comments straight from the heart? And a couple of them are straight from the heart. They're real people. And you can learn a lot from looking at somebody's social media account, their YouTube channel, by what they post, what they save, what their playlists are. Oh shit, you can tell a lot about a person by the playlists they save. And so I took a look at a couple, and I'm going to talk about those in depth in the upcoming Handsome Donkey Awards. And those people that I'm talking about, they're not necessarily getting an award. Because the comment was coming deep from the heart. So anyhow, folks, big shout out to Janice and this sweet baby girl. She's so sweet. And hopefully, like I said, hopefully today they'll get to go home from the hospital. This will be the first day that they're resting at home. And life goes on from there. So congratulations, Janice. Congratulations to you. And folks, thanks for watching my videos. Thanks for listening to my voice, following the drama, all the action in my world here. Just living on the old overstay road. riding along with me, experiencing the thrill of victories and the agony of defeat. Oh, shit. All right. I'm going to finish my beer. A little bit cloudy. I think I got time to get a swim in before it starts raining. Y'all hit that thumbs up button. Helps out with the Google squirrels, and Al Gore likes it when we save the planet. We're averting climate change by you pushing the thumbs up button and hitting that subscribe button. Over 48,000 of y'all subscribe. Thank y'all very much. I'm absolutely honored, because thanks to you, you allow me to live this lifestyle, and I certainly appreciate it. I'll see y'all on the next one, my friends. Peace out. That's some good beer.
Too many clothes, not enough booty slapping. Now I don't need romance. All I need to know is can a nigga get a table?